Here's more wrestling news for November 6, 2025. Your headlines for this afternoon include The Rock's final boss character set to return, Cody Rhodes drops huge news. Grayson Waller pulled aside backstage, WWE officials issue strong warning. Major accusations surface against AEW President Tony Khan. Mercedes Moné stunned after shocking loss in AEW, next title match revealed. Chris Jericho breaks silence, confirms next appearance as WWE rumors swirl, and more. Cody Rhodes may have just dropped the biggest hint yet about The Rock's WWE future, suggesting that the final boss could be making a comeback. During his recent appearance on All the Smoke, the undisputed WWE champion was asked to name his personal Mount Rushmore of professional wrestling icons. Without hesitation, Rhodes placed Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson among the greats, and his follow-up comments immediately caught fans' attention. I think The Rock is on there, Mount Rushmore-wise. He came back to a very tumultuous WWE a year or so ago and decided, nope, I'm not going to deal with that. I'm instead going to create a new character, even though I'm already one of the greatest characters ever, that being the final boss. Rhodes didn't stop there. He went on to praise Johnson for reinventing himself creatively, rather than leaning on nostalgia or past glory. We've just scratched the surface on the final boss. There's something incredibly special there, so The Rock is on my Mount Rushmore. That line, "we've just scratched the surface," has fans buzzing. It sounds like less of a tribute and more like a subtle confirmation that the final boss storyline isn't over. Cody's phrasing strongly suggests that The Rock's new persona isn't a one-off experiment, but something WWE plans to revisit when the timing is right. Meanwhile, The Rock has been off WWE television for several months, focusing on major Hollywood projects. At the Venice Film Festival, he revealed a dramatic 60-pound transformation for his upcoming Martin Scorsese crime film described as The Departed meets Goodfellas, where he stars alongside Leonardo DiCaprio and Emily Blunt. Add that to his work on The Smashing Machine, and it's clear his plate's been full, but Cody's remarks make it sound like WWE is keeping that door wide open. With the final boss having unfinished business in WWE and Rhodes openly teasing that fans haven't seen the last of that character, the anticipation for The Rock's next move just skyrocketed. Do you think Cody just confirmed The Rock's return as the final boss? And when he does come back, should he target Rhodes, Roman Reigns, or someone entirely new? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Grayson Waller is no stranger to taking risks, but one of his most daring moments on WWE Raw nearly got him a stern backstage warning. The incident took place on the September 22nd edition of Monday Night Raw during a 6-man tag team match that saw Waller team up with The New Day, Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods, against Penta and his allies. The storyline had already featured heated exchanges over the Mexican Destroyer, a move Kingston and Woods had called to be banned after claiming it was too dangerous. In the match, however, Penta ignored the controversy and delivered a top rope Mexican Destroyer to Waller. The moment made for incredible television, but behind the scenes, it was a different story. Appearing on Insight with Chris Van Vliet, Waller revealed that his bold bump didn't go over well with some WWE officials once he got backstage. "I got backstage and some people weren't happy with me. They were like, 'Don't do that.' Someone pulled me aside and said, 'Don't ever do that again.' It was just like, I understand the risks involved, and I obviously don't want to take a move like that, but Penta is very good at what he does, and it's very dangerous and it's scary to be in that position." Waller went on to explain the physical and mental toll such a spot takes, even for trained performers used to high-impact maneuvers. "Sometimes we do so much wild stuff that we forget how insane it would look to someone off the street being that high up, taking something like that. So that was a stressful thing. I think sometimes you go into, well, I don't want to say shock because that seems super scary, but when that impact happens, you're like, am I okay? You legitimately check yourself." He admitted that adrenaline masks a lot of pain in the moment, only for it to hit hours later. "Obviously, adrenaline is a crazy thing too, so sometimes you don't feel stuff, and then a couple hours later you do. So it's like, sometimes it's a real, you say sell, but it's real. I'm like, am I okay? Am I okay? And thank God I was." Waller's story is a stark reminder of just how far WWE superstars push their limits for the sake of entertainment. Even when the move works perfectly, the margin of error is razor thin. With his growing reputation as one of WWE's boldest young stars, it's clear Waller isn't afraid to take risks, but this experience might make him think twice before flying that high again. Do you think WWE was right to warn Grayson Waller after the top rope destroyer? Or do daring moves like that make modern wrestling what it is? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Enjoying the video? A quick like goes a long way in helping us grow and deliver more wrestling news you care about. The tension between AEW and the NWA has reached a boiling point, and NWA promoter Brian Idol is now accusing Tony Khan of launching a petty act of revenge. Just hours after AEW President Tony Khan announced the new AEW National Championship, Idol fired back online, accusing AEW of ripping off NWA's historic National Championship name and using it to get revenge for a previous legal dispute between the two promotions. "This is the lamest thing in the history of wrestling," Idol said when speaking to Ringside News directly. AEW and Tony Khan are trying to use the NWA National Championship as one of their belts and pretending as if we don't currently have the originator and original champion Austin Idol and the current national champion Mike Mondo on the active NWA roster. Idol went even further, alleging that this new title reveal was a deliberate response to a lawsuit the NWA filed against AEW, one that forced AEW to abandon plans for the rumored Fox project, AEW Shockwave. The use of the word shockwave in programming as a name of a program was originally owned rights by NWA. That's why it never came out for AEW when they announced that it would, because they got hit with a lawsuit, Idol explained. According to Idol, the newly created AEW National Championship is a direct shot back at the NWA, a company AEW once worked alongside during its early years. Idol believes Khan's ego and resources are now being used to buy the perception of legitimacy rather than earning it. This is retaliation for AEW already currently losing a lawsuit to NWA over the use of intellectual property, so now they're trying to stir the pot by having Tony Khan's Richie Rich announce this tonight. "Khan, it's bad enough you're clearly a money mark who bought his way into the business, but even worse is that you would blatantly try to steal the legacy of another existing company because you perceive it to be something you can buy your way out of in court. Pathetic." As previously noted, he took a jab at Khan and AEW's creative direction, taking aim at what he called their indie vanity project aesthetic. "Tony, this is beneath you. Stick to what made you famous. Small, weird, hands-in-the-pocket wrestlers and other local VFW guys that you put in main events. Stop being petty, bro." He also reminded fans that the real NWA National Championship still exists, and its legacy belongs to them. Austin Idol is the first ever national champion and basically the creator of it all, and he's still active in the NWA. With Idol's accusations now public, fans are waiting to see if Tony Khan or AEW will address the controversy. What began as a title announcement has quickly turned into a war of words between two historic promotions, and the fallout could get even messier. Mercedes Moné is stepping back into the spotlight with championship gold in her sights, and this time her next opponent has been officially confirmed. Moné will face Phoenix Diana for the APAC Women's Championship at House of Glory's Super Clash event, scheduled for Saturday, November 15th at the Suffolk Credit Union Arena in Brentwood, New York. For Diana, this match is monumental. The Malaysian sensation will be making her House of Glory debut, defending a title she's held for an incredible 753 days, one of the longest active reigns in the independent wrestling scene. The bout marks her biggest championship defense yet on US soil, and she'll be doing it against one of the most accomplished women's wrestlers in the world. As for Mercedes Moné, this will be her second appearance for House of Glory, following her successful debut earlier this year in March. The former IWGP Women's Champion has made it clear she's out to prove she's still the global standard in women's wrestling, and adding the APAC Women's title to her resume would further cement that claim. With Diana defending her dominance and Moné hungry for yet another championship, this clash has all the makings of a show stealer. Do you think Moné will capture more gold at Super Clash, or will Diana extend her reign past the 2-year mark? Share your predictions and thoughts in the comments below. During the November 5th episode of AEW Dynamite, Moné teamed up with ROH Women's World Champion Athena in what many called a dream pairing. The two champions seemed primed to dominate the AEW Women's Tag Team Championship tournament, but the night had other plans. In one of the most shocking results of the tournament so far, Willow Nightingale and Harley Cameron, collectively known as the Babes of Wrath, pulled off a stunning upset, defeating Moné and Athena in the quarterfinals. The closing moments turned chaotic when Billy Starks ran in to assist her mentor Athena, only for Chris Statlander to intervene, taking Starks out and forcing Moné to retreat from ringside. That brief distraction gave Harley just enough time to capitalize, hitting her finishing move to secure the victory for the Babes of Wrath. It was certainly a bold move for AEW's creative team to eliminate Moné and Athena this early, considering their credibility and star power as two of the most decorated women on the roster. Yet from a storytelling standpoint, it felt like the right call. Willow and Harley are quickly finding their rhythm as a tag team, and this win gives them a huge boost heading into the semifinals. Their next match against the Sisters of Sin promises to be a major showdown, with either team having a realistic chance to advance all the way to the finals. Meanwhile, Harley's pinfall victory over Athena could earn her an even bigger opportunity down the road, a potential ROH Women's World Championship match that would mark a defining moment in her young career. For now, the Babes of Wrath are the talk of the AEW Women's division, while Moné and Athena must regroup after a rare setback. Do you think AEW made the right decision having Moné and Athena lose early, or should they have been the ones to carry the division to the finals? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Chris Jericho may be off AEW television, but the Ayatollah of Rock and Rolla is still keeping himself in the spotlight, just not inside the ring. The former AEW World Champion confirmed his next live appearance will be with his band Fozzy as part of their ongoing Unholy Night tour. Jericho shared the update on Instagram, revealing that Fozzy will perform live in San Juan Capistrano, California on November 13th, while also promoting the band's newest music video, Unholy. Jericho has already made it clear that as of now, he remains under contract with All Elite Wrestling, and his current focus appears to be on his music career and outside projects. Between touring, recording, and producing, Jericho seems content exploring life beyond the squared circle, for the moment at least. Could Jericho return to AEW television before the end of the year, or will 2026 mark the long-awaited one last run in WWE? For all of our subscribers, don't miss the 9 a.m. Eastern video we dropped earlier today. Smash that bell icon and select all notifications so you're always in the loop.